Idiots, hurry!
Fire timer! We've waited 70 years. Another 3 or 4 seconds will out.
Another 3 or 4 seconds, I could be dead by then.
Shh! What did we forget about?
Oh, Mommy, I hardly remember. To the very really like me when I was a child. No, like a father.
Neither, neither, hier sit nicht, wer werde ich will, was du Teufel mache.
Shut up!
Oh!
I, Dr. Frankenstein, in this my 83rd year of life, do hereby make, publish, and declare the following statements as and for my last will and testament. And I direct my executor, LaVergne, to inform and send to those persons previously developed to him that they may hear in my own voice the final disposition of my property. Such disposition becomes at the hour of 12 o'clock of my 100th birthday. If all the conditions heretofore set forth have been met, now then, hear once more, and for the last time, the authenticity of my own voice.
The once proud name of Frankenstein has been dragged by my only son, Victor, into an abyss of shame. There was a time when the name Frankenstein conjured dreams of virtue. Now, no misery can be found to equal mine. And the catalogue of sins of my once devoted son will not cease to rankle in my wounds until death shall close them forever. Did you get all that? Yes. You sure you got rankle in my wounds? Yes, I did. I'll kill you if you screw this up. All right. You sure I'll do something this thing? Yes, sir. Shut up. Now, as to the disposition of my estate, to my cousins Heinrich and Agatha, and to my niece Elaine, and my dear nephew Orphan, and lastly to my cherished old bosom, friend Marlena, and to her charming daughter. Anastasia, to all of you in equal shares, I hereby give absolutely and without any restrictions whatsoever all property of every sort and description to which my station is entitled.
Yes!
Unless my only male heir, my great-grandson Frederick, whom I've never seen, but who is at the time of this recording 10 years of age and residing in America with my granddaughter Catherine. Unless he has, by his own free will, embraced medicine as his career and has acquitted himself with some measure of esteem, then to him I leave everything. As for my dear friends and relations, should this latter improbability come to me, I know that I have your complete understanding. For the path to salvation and repentance must be climbed up the barren mountain of my soul, and not of yours, of yours, of yours, of yours, of yours.
Frankenstein, do you inform Frederick Frankenstein of this assembly in all the particulars of the time and place?
I did, Mum. I
aware of the importance of this occasion?
Yes. He said he was obligated to lecture at John Hopkins University.
And what lecture could be more important than the bid of Baron Beaufort's Frankenstein?
Consider areas of the surveillance in relation to society.
Well, excuse me for it.
Yes, my dear, he is.
Does he achieve in special degree of eminence?
He is the fifth leading authority in his field.
Oh!
Frau Foxstein, you must go at once and present Dr. Frankenstein with this details of the inheritance. The estate will provide for your journey.
I object, Frau Bowman.
Below the great-grandson who had anything wrong with the house of Frankenstein. He will have fun of everything in his own life and still have some respect. I think we should completely disregard the actions of a very old man.
Frau Foxstein, you have your instructions.
Yes, ma'am.
I have taken an oath that each letter of this testament shall be executed, and by God, it shall be done.
If we look at the base of a brain which has just been removed from a skull, there is very little midbrain that can actually be seen. Yet, as I demonstrated in my lectures last week, if the under aspects of the temporal lobes are gently pulled apart, the uppermost portion of the stem of the brain can be seen. This so-called brain stem consists of the midbrain, the rounded protrusion called the pons, a stalk tapering downwards called the medulla oblongata, which passes through the back of the skull through the foramen magnum, and becomes, of course, the spinal cord. Are there any final questions before we proceed?
I have one question, Dr. Frankenstein.
That's Frankenstein.
I beg your pardon?
My name, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Aren't you the grandson of the famous Dr. Victor Frankenstein, who went into the graveyard and dug up freshly buried corpses and transformed the dead components into...
Yes, we're all aware of what he did, but I'd rather be remembered for my own small contributions to science and not for my accidental relationship to the famous cuckoo. Now, if we could return to your question.
Sir, I'm not sure I understand the distinction between voluntary and reflexive nerve.
Ah, very good, as our lab today demonstrates just that distinction. Shall we proceed? Mr. Hilltop, with whom I have never worked nor given any prior instruction to, has graciously offered his services for this afternoon's demonstration. Mr. Hilltop, would you hop off this table and onto your feet, please? Nice hopping. Mr. Hilltop, would you raise your left knee, please? You have just witnessed a voluntary nerve impulse. It begins as a stimulus in the cerebral cortex, passes down through the brain stem and to the various muscles involved. Mr. Hilltop, you may lower your knee. Reflex movements, however, are those which are made independently of the will and are carried out along the pathways between the central and peripheral nervous systems. You filthy rotten yellow! As you can see, they work by themselves. We do not intend them to carry out our contraction of muscles. But what if we block these nerve impulses, which can be done with any ordinary medical plan, or just at the base of the swelling, the posterior nerve root, and 5 or 6 seconds later, you mother-grabbing pervert! As you can see, all communication has been shut off. And in spite our mechanical magnificence, if it were not for this continuous a bunch of In conclusion, it should be noted. Give him an extra. Yes, sir. That anyone in common entry for the nerve root is always here. And once a fiber has been severed, there is no way in heaven or on earth to reanimate life back into it. Are there any final questions before we leave?
Dr. Frank, wrong.
Yes?
Isn't it true that Darwin preserved a piece of vermicelli in a glass case until, by some extraordinary means, it actually began to move in a voluntary motion?
Now, are you speaking of the worm or the spaghetti?
Why, the worm, sir.
Yes, I do recall reading something of that when I was a student, but you have to remember that a worm, with very few exceptions, is not a human being.
But wasn't that the whole basis of your grandfather's work? The reanimation of dead tissue?
My grandfather was a very sick man.
But as a Frankenstein, aren't you the least bit curious about it? Doesn't the bringing back to life what was once dead hold any intrigue for you?
You are speaking of the nonsensical ravings of a lunatic mind. Dead is dead.
But look at what's been done to heart and kidneys.
Hearts and kidneys are tinker toys. I am speaking of the central nervous system.
But sir...
Look, I am a scientist, not a philosopher. You have more chance of reanimating life back into this knife than you do of mending a broken nervous system.
But what about your grandfather's work, sir?
My grandfather's work was doo-doo. I am not concerned with death. The only thing that concerns me is the preservation of life. Class is dismissed.
Dr. Frankenstein?
That's Frankenstein.
My name is Stockholm. I started 5,000 miles to bring you the news of your great-grandfather. Then, spoke like von Frankenstein.
Oh, darling, so will I.
Not on the list.
What?
I'm going to that party at Donna and Nikki's later. I don't want to smear my lipstick. You understand?
Of course.
All aboard!
Oh, dear.
Well, I guess this is it.
Oh, Freddie, how can I say in a few minutes what it's taken me a lifetime to understand?
Won't you try?
All right. You've got it, mister. I'm yours. All of me. What else can I say?
Oh, my sweet love.
The hair. The hair. Just been set.
Oh,
I thought you liked old-fashioned weddings.
for girls, fashion wedding nights.
You're so incorrigible.
Does that mean you love me?
That your future does.
Oh, my one and only love.
Tap it up, darling.
Tap it up, sweetheart.
And the dress is tap it up. It wrinkles so easily.
Sorry.
Oh, there's that horrid man again. Oh, hurry now before I make a fool of myself. Ow! The nail.
Oh. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Freddie.
Darling.
Außenmania nächste. Jeder aussteigen wird Außenmania.
Pardon me. Boy. Is this a Transylvanian station?
Yeah, definitely nice. Can I get a good time?
No. Thank you.
Dr. Frankenstein.
No, that's Frankenstein.
You're putting me on.
No, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
Did you also say Roderick?
No, it's Frederick.
Why isn't it Roderick Frankenstein?
Because it isn't. It's Frederick Frankenstein.
I see.
Oh, and you must be Igor.
No, it's pronounced Ivory.
But they told me it was Igor.
Well, they were wrong then one day.
You were sent by Frau Hochstein, were you not?
Yes, my grandfather used to work for your grandfather.
How nice.
Of course, the rates up will up.
Oh, of course. I'm sure we'll get along splendidly. No, I don't mean to embarrass you, but I am a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps you'd have me take a look at that mom.
One home.
Let's go, shall we?
Allow me, master.
Oh, thank you.
Follow me. I have a wagon waiting.
Of course.
No, this is Inga. Frau Frankenstein thought you might need a laboratory assistant temporarily.
Sometimes straight as lightning.
Oh, it's just an atmospheric discharge.
Oh.
Nothing to worry about. Where?
There!
What?
There, look! There, castle!
Why are you talking like that?
I thought you wanted to.
No, I don't want to.
Do it yourself. Well, I'm easy.
I am Frau Blucher.
Ready?
I'm Dr. Frankenstein. This is my assistant. Inga, may I present Frau Blucher? Wonder what's gotten into them.
Your wounds have been prepared, Herr Doctor. If you will follow me.
Of course. Igor, would you get the bags when you're finished?
Yes, master.
After you, Frau Blucher. seem to be quite a few books.
Yes, it was the American medical library.
And where is my grandfather's private library?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Well, all these books are quite general. Any doctor might have them in his study.
This is the only library I know of, Dr. Frankenstein.
That's Frankenstein. Yes, but seems I have everything.
Could the Dr. Catherine brandy before retired?
No. Thank you.
Some raw milk, perhaps?
Thank you. No. Thank you.
Ovaltine?
No, thank you. I'm a little tired.
Then I will say good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Henry.
Good night, Frau Looker. No. I am not a Frankenstein. I'm a Frankenstein. I don't believe in fate. I won't say it.
Dr. Frankenstein? Are you alright?
Yes, but what is that strange music?
I have no idea, but it seems to be coming from behind the bookcase.
From behind the bookcase. Of course. Where is it? Where is it?
There's what?
There's always some sort of mechanism, trigger device. If I could just find it. Hello? Seems to be louder over here. Hand me that candle, would you? Put the candle back. All right. This time, take the candle and I will block the bookcase with my body. Listen to me very carefully. This time, don't put the candle back. Instead, I want you to push against the other side of the bookcase with all of your might. Do you understand?
I think so.
Oh. Good girl.
Take it down. Back.
Music is coming from down there. I'm going to investigate.
Let me go with you. I am fond of standing alone.
Alright. Just stay close behind me and be quiet.
Doctor, the candle.
Yes. Let's try this one. Hi, Gord. Roderick. What are you doing here?
I was in the kitchen and I heard the strangest noise, so I closed down from the dumbwaiter. What was a hunch?
seem that way.
Be careful, Master. Could be dangerous. You go first.
Are there no lights in this place?
Nasty looking switches over there, but I'm not going to be the first.
Oh. So this is where it all happened. What a filthy mess.
Oh, I don't know. A little paint, a few flowers, a couple blow-blows.
Well, it seems our mysterious violinist is
This a butt.
Yeah.
There's a light coming from underneath that doorway. Well, this would explain the strange music.
It's still warm.
Who was playing it?
Well, whoever it was barely had time to finish putting out his cigar. Such strange goings on. What is this place?
Music room?
There's nothing here but books and papers.
Books and papers. This is it. This is my grandfather's private library. I can feel it. Look. How I Did It by Victor Frankenstein. Until from this darkness a sudden light broke in upon me. A light so brilliant and so wondrous, yet so simple. Changed the poles from plus to minus and from minus to plus. I alone succeeded in discovering the secret of bestowing life. Nay, even more, I myself became capable of bestowing animation upon lifeless matter. It could work! As the minuteness of the parts formed a great hindrance to my speed, I resolved, therefore, to make the creature of a gigantic stature. Of course, simplify everything.
His bands, feet, hands, organs would all have to be increased in size.
Exactly. Anyway, what we're looking for is a being approximately 7.5 feet tall, with all body parts either artificially or congenially proportionate in size.
Something a little like this.
Oh, you might be onto something here. It's crude, yes. Primitive, perhaps even grotesque, but something tells us that this just might be our man. Work.
I don't know. Could be worse.
How could this possibly be any worse?
Could be raining.
Quick! No thanks, already got one.
Just a moment. I know everyone in this neighborhood. Never seen your face before. Can you count for yourself?
Yes, I'm Dr. Frederick Frankenstein, newly arrived from America.
I heard you were here. I'm Constable Henry. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Constable.
Chills to the bone. Nothing in my fire couldn't take care of. A dip off the bottom wouldn't be too bad.
Oh yes, that's the ticket.
You have everything in hand?
Thank you, Constable.
At your favor, always.
Good night, Constable. Well, with such a magnificent specimen for a body, all we need now is an equally magnificent brain. You do know what to do.
I have a pretty good idea.
Good man. But wasn't that on the other side?
What?
Your, never mind. You have that name I gave you.
H. Delbrook.
Hans Delbrook. Yes, it's all down in the notes. Hurry up and tie up those kites.
What's the hurry?
There's a possibility of electrocution. Do you understand? I say there's a possibility of electrocution. Do you understand?
I understand. Why were you shouting?
Look, did you tie up the kites?
Of course.
Check the generator.
Yes, Master.
Ivor, get the safety valve on the main wheel.
Yes, Master.
Well, dear, you imagine Hans Delbrook's brain in this body.
Oh, Frederick.
Well, are you ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Lower the electro ball.
Oh! The electro ball. Yeah.
From that fateful day when stinking bits of slime first crawled from the seas and shouted to the cold stars, I am man. Our greatest fear has always been the knowledge of our own mortality. But tonight, we shall have hurled the gauntlet of science into the frightful face of death itself. Tonight, we shall ascend into the heavens, we shall mock the earthquake, and we shall control the thunders. Tonight, Give my creation life! Shut everything up and bring me down! Nothing.
Doctor, I'm sorry.
No, be of good cheer. For if science teaches us anything, it's to accept our failures as well as our successes with quiet dignity and grace. Son of a...
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
I don't want to live! I don't want to live!
Quiet dignity and grace.
Mommy!
It's a Frankenstein! No! They can't help it! All them scientists are like, they say they're working for us, but they really want to all the world!
Now, I was not reading chemistry for us. These are very serious charges, and you are making. And I also want paper for us, your elders, because we still have memories from 5 times before. Now, we have yet to hear from the one man most qualified, just as basic fairness. Inspector Kim, will you please come to us?
The crime is an ugly thing. Once you get burned started, there's a chance of some sugar good. I see. Before we go around killing people, we had better make danger of our evidence and confirm the fact that young Frankenstein is indeed following in his grandfather's footsteps.
What?
Following in his grandfather's footsteps. Footsteps. I see. But there's an order that's for me to pay a visit. Aren't you a good doctor? Then have a nice, fine shaft.
There, I've touched it, Happy.
I'll never forget my old dad. When these things would happen to him, the things he'd say.
What would he say?
What are you doing in the bathroom all day and night? Why don't you get out of there and give someone else a chance?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's better off this way. Poor lifeless home. Maybe he's better off dead.
What is this?
This is Schwartz-Waltzer Kierstorp. Oh, do you like it? I'm not a big fan of desserts myself, but this is quite scrumptious.
Who are you talking to?
Well, you just made a yummy noise.
I didn't just make a yummy noise. I just asked what it was.
But you did. I just heard it.
Was it me?
It wasn't me.
Oh, now look here. It wasn't you, and it wasn't you, and it most certainly was not me. Then. back. I'm going to set you free. Would you like that? Is the sedative ready?
Yes, Doctor.
Now, I want you to sit up. Now, stand. Come on, you can do it. Now, walk. Good, good.
Doctor, I'm frightened.
Don't worry, there's nothing to be afraid of. That's right! Give him up! Quick, give him up! Give him a what?
3 syllables. First syllable. Sounds like,
Hey, sounds like hey.
red, red, sage. Second syllable. Let's go like, this, that, these.
Said dirty what? You said it, dirty what?
Third syllable. Sounds like, head. Sounds like, give.
Sedative! Give him a sedative!
Oh, Jim, sedative.
All right.
Sedative!
Doctor, are you alright?
Yes, dear. If I could just have a moment.
Please, Doctor.
Igor, may I speak with you for a moment?
Of course.
Please, sit down.
Oh, thank you.
That brain you gave me, was it Hans Delbrooks?
No.
No. Would you mind telling me whose brain I did put in?
And you promise you won't be angry?
Oh, I won't be angry.
I'll be someone.
Abby someone. Abby someone. Abby who?
I'll be normal.
Abby Norman.
I'm almost sure that was the name.
So you're telling me that I put an abnormal brain into a 7.5 foot long, 54-inch wide gorilla? Is that what you're telling me? Hey, give him up! Give him up!
3 syllables?
What was that? Inga, go check the door. You put that thing back on the table and strap him down tightly.
Where are you going?
I'm going to wash up. I've got to appear normal. We all of us got to behave normally.
Yeah?
Is the doctor home?
Oh, yes, he is, but, then we had one heck of a night. And we...
Well, normally I wish it's true. It's the matter for how they pass most of the Lord.
Inga, is that for me? I'll take care of this. Why don't you go home to bed?
All right. Good night, Doctor.
Good night. I am Dr. Baron Frederick von Frankenstein, and I'm a very normal man. I'm a very tired man normally, so do be brief.
I'm Wilhelm Frederick Kemp, Inspector of Police.
Welcome in, Inspector.
Let's go.
War wound?
Nine. It was ripped out by the Finnish monster that your grandfather created. I shot with my other little shot.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Do come in.
Thank you.
Right this way. How so?
There is a monster. The fear you're following in your grandfather's birth.
Monster. This is the 20th century, Kemp. Monsters are passé, like ghosts or goblins. Thank you.
Maybe, but not good they good people of this city. Now, Doctor, they are a very real thing, especially when there's a Frankenstein residing in this castle.
Excellent. Groovy.
Thank you.
No, I didn't think an intelligent fellow like you would fall in with such a superstitious monster.
It's not superstition that varies, but gig. Chromosomes.
Rubbish.
Maybe. Banging. You are a Frankenstein. You're saying about this discussion?
Not in the least. I find it amusing is all. No? This has been fun, Inspector, but I'm rather tired, so...
Should may I give the people of the village your word that you have no interest whatsoever in carrying out your grandfather's work? That's a good yes. Very well.
Well, you can find your own way out, can't you, Inspector?
Of course. Until we meet again, LaVergne.
Drop by anytime. We're always open.
Oh, Victor, we have done it! I'm going to set you free. Would you like that when shots go? Oh, they wanted to hurt you, but I'm going to help you.
Well, thank goodness that's over. For a blue coat!
Stop! Don't come any closer.
What are you doing?
I'm setting him free.
No, you mustn't.
Yes.
Are you insane? He'll kill you!
No, he won't. Not this one. He's as gentle as a lamb.
Back away, for the love of God, he's got a rotten brain!
It's not rotten. It's a good brain.
It's rotten! Rotten, I tell you!
It's a hot brain.
I'm not afraid. I know what he likes.
That music.
Yes, it's in your blood. It's in the blood of all Frankenstein. It reaches the soul and burns like useless. Your grandfather
that means it was you.
Yes!
You were playing that music in the middle of the night
Yes!
to get us into the laboratory.
Yes!
Then it was your cigar smoldering in the ashtray.
Yes!
And you left my grandfather's book out for me to find.
Yes!
So that I would.
Yes!
Then you and Victor were.
Yes! Yes! Say it! Say it! He was my boyfriend!
Shut up, come back!
You'll never catch him now! He's free! Free, do you hear? Free!
Oh, we've got to find him. We've got to get him back before he kills someone. Oh, what have I done? Oh, God in heaven, what have I done?
That monster is loose. There. Ignore the elders there. For this monster business, I'll take no chance.
Now throw a kiss and say bye-bye. Oh dear, nothing left. What should we throw in now?
Maybe she was in the bathroom. You didn't look upstairs?
Sit down. Sit down!
Visitors all I ask. Temporary companions shall pass a few lonely hours. Oh, thank you, Lord, thank you. Meadow, don't speak. Don't say a word, my prize and joy from heaven. Why, you must have been the tallest in your class. Well, my name is Harold, and I live here alone. What's your name? I'm sorry I didn't get that. Oh, God. Oh, you see, I haven't plans. Me, a poor blind man, and you, a mute. And incredibly big mute. Oh, your hand is frozen, my child. How's a nice warm bowl of soup sound? Oh, yes. I too know what it's like to be cold and hungry. Just to receive a little kindness from a stranger. Are you ready for your soup? Oh, my friend, hold out your bowl. Oh, you don't know how much your visit means to me, or how long I've waited for another human being. Oh, yes, we tend to forget the simple pleasures in life. The basis for true happiness. Yes, yes. Oh, a little wine with your soup. Wait! A toast. A toast to yes, to a long friendship. Now, for a special occasion, I've been saving cigars. I've been saving cigars. Here, take one. No. Fire is good. It's our friend.
Here, I'll show you. You see? Now, it's your turn. Now hold out your cigar. Okay, now hold it right there. Now don't inhale until the tip glows. Wait, where are you going? I was going to make espresso.
Since the creation of fire.
Dr. Frankenstein, are you all right?
My name is Frankenstein!
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great privilege to introduce to you a man whose name was once both famous and infamous. May I present Dr. Frederick Baron von Frankenstein.
My fellow scientists, neurosurgeons, ladies and gentlemen, a few short weeks ago, grounded in as much scientific fact as any of you, I began an experiment incredulous as it may sound, the reanimation of dead tissue. What I have to offer you may quite possibly be the gateway to immortality. May I now offer for your intellectual and philosophical pleasures, the creature. Remain in your seats. in the primary cerebellar function, balance and coordination. Walk heel to toe. Backward. Up until now, I have demonstrated the most basic of motor functions. But for what I am about to offer you, we must enter quietly into the realm of genius. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs, damen and herren, may I offer you from what was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissue, a cultured, sophisticated man about town. Hit it! Like a beast in a cage.
Doctor, I feel so terrible.
Oh, there's only one way to fix this now. If I can just correct the imbalance in his cerebral fluid, why, he'd be right as rain.
Is there just some way I could relieve this torture you are going through? Is there just some way I could relieve the tension? Is there just some way I could give you...
Dr. Hyde! Doctor?
I thought I told you to never disturb me while I'm working!
Yes, Doctor, I understand, but you see, I thought this was an emergency.
What is it?
You see, your fiancé will be arriving any second.
Elizabeth, here tonight?
Yes, sir. I will prepare her rooms at once.
Darling.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Love me.
Love you. Well, let's turn in.
Darling.
Well, it's been a long day, and I'm sure you're very tired. I'll go pay your driver.
Darling.
What?
Surprise?
Well,
Love me? Well, let's just turn in. Darling!
Yes?
Say nothing. Casual. Well, are you ready?
Yes. I think I am a bit tired after all.
Oh, and these are my assistants, Inga and Igor.
How do you do? How do you do?
Oh, and this is my fiancée, Nancy. No, fiancée, Elizabeth.
I'm so happy to meet you at last. Excuse me, darling, but what is it exactly that you would do? Oh, Nancy, I used to like to run things in the laboratory. We have intellectual discussions.
We're going to be pals, you and I, right? Nice and cozy.
Michael.
Guess one was right. Little boy shouldn't play with fire. Because they might get
Fire is in ugly thing. It's just about time that to happen! That's my witness. He will curse the day that he was ever born a Frankenstein.
What?
He will curse the day that he was ever born a Frankenstein.
Suppose you're right.
Of course I am.
What would I do without you?
This room just down the hall is right there.
Oh. Yes, but, well, I thought tonight, under the circumstances, we could, stay in the same room.
Would you want me like this? Now? So soon before our wedding? So near? We can touch it?
Yes!
Or, wait, just a little while longer so I can give myself to you without hesitation. When I see holy and ashamed and foolish.
Tough choice.
You're tough, Dad.
What would I do? I suppose you're right.
Of course I am. I always am. But to me, it's pretty nice. Good night, darling.
Right.
I love you. You love me? I love you, darling. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
it's been made for the transplant.
Yes. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yes.
You know you're risking both of your lives.
Yes.
How did they get over there and die?
Doctor said to allow 15 minutes, not 1 second more or less.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
What time?
Almost.
Oh my God! He's a bearded people!
Put that man down!
It's a monster!
No, it can't be!
I said, put that man down. Just who do you think you are that you're to these people about? I am a monster! You are a monster. As long as I can remember, people have hated me. They see my face and my body, and they run away in horror. And in my loneliness, I decided if I can inspire love, which is my deepest hope, I will instead cause fear! I live because it's poor, has crazy genes that gives me life. He alone doesn't mean something beautiful. And then when the dentist said danger, he used his own body as an excuse to ignore brain in a somewhat more sophisticated way, especially myself.
Well, this is of course an entirely different situation. As a leader of this community, let me be the first to extend my hand in friendship. You're entirely bastard. It's now that I go to my house